Hi, hello everyone. It is Mama Smash here with today's speed build. And first off, Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to 2021. And if you're watching in the future, today is the first day of 2021. And so here we are. We made it. And I am proud of each and every one of you for making it to this day and getting through 2020. So now on with the speed build for today. Today is day 8 in my 12 days of Simsmas build challenge, which means that if you haven't seen the first few days, the first 7 days so far, let me explain how this challenge goes. So I will be doing a speed build each day of the 12 days of Christmas, so starting on Christmas Day through the 12 days. And every day, each speed build will be in a different world. It will be a different lot type than any of the other days. It will have a theme that goes with whatever the day's theme is in the song, The 12 Days of Christmas. So, for instance, today is the 8th day, and so 8 Maids a Milking is the theme of the day. And so that is kind of what I ran with. And then there is a specific object for each day, and on that day I have to use the correct number of that object, and every day after that I have to use at least one of every object from the days before. So today I have to use one of every object from days 1 through 7. So today's build is in the world of Glimmerbrook, which came with Realm of Magic. It's a very woodsy kind of vibe, so I kind of wanted that sort of atmosphere as I was building. And what I'm building today, it's a residential lot, so just a normal house lot, and it ends up being a farmhouse with kind of a barn exterior, a really classic red barn kind of look, and it ends up being a really big house. I started on a really small lot in Glimmerbrook, and pretty quickly realized that it was going to be way too small. So I switched lots and came to this lot, and then just kind of kept adding and really utilized the large space that I had to work with, which I really appreciated. So, and as I was building, I kind of formed the family in my head, which was fun too, to think of the personality of who might live here and what they might want in their farmhouse, what it might look like to live here. So I kind of envisioned this as being there's some parents, and they have maybe 3 kids, as well as a dog, and they have grandparents that live with them. And so there's a bedroom for all of those. 2 of the kids, there's a room with 2 kids' beds in it, as well as a food bowl, so there can be a dog. And it was fun just kind of thinking, there ends up being a craft room in the basement. I could see like grandma maybe being really crafty. She likes to knit things. So there's just a nice craft room in the basement. There's also a basement storeroom, so for things that, were maybe picked on the farm. And I know my mom, she really likes to garden, but by the end of harvest season she has so much stuff, she'll make a bunch of canned salsa or jellies or things like that. So I could see the storehouse kind of being used for that, as well as like a kind of room off of the storeroom to go in case there were tornadoes or something like that. It's got some blow up like air mattresses and like a little bathroom, just in case, never know when you might need to stay in the basement for a night. And there's a radio down there, of course, so that you could know what was going on upstairs and in the world outside the house. So as I was building, I tried to utilize a lot of different tools. So I ended up making this silo that's in the back of the build, and that I used platforms for. So I used platforms on 3 different levels and then a roof, and just stacked them on top of each other. It actually took a little bit, multiple times. I tried multiple different ways of making it so that they were fully flush with each other. If you looked at them like from eye level rather than from above, you could see that there was a space in between each level, so it looked like they were floating. And so I played around with different ways of how to fix that. I tried to maybe size up objects and put them in there, and that kind of looked ridiculous, so I didn't do that. And so I ended up putting a cement fence on the rounded parts of the top of the platform, and so then it was there, and it didn't look like it was floating anymore. And so that won't really happen till really towards the end, but I tried a few different things throughout the build just to figure out how am I going to get this to look right. And I really liked choosing the red color. I thought it was really classic barn look, so the outside being red with white and black accents. And then inside it's a bit darker. There's a lot of wood tones, a lot of different wood tones. None of them really match each other, and I don't know, that actually felt like it kind of fit by the end. And it's also very closed floor plan, which I don't normally do. I usually do a lot of open floor plans, but it felt weird to do an open floor plan with this build specifically. It just didn't feel quite right to the genre. So it ends up being pretty closed with some different archways to get through to the kitchen or the dining room or the living room. And then instead of it just kind of being one big space. So the first floor, you first walk in, there is an entryway, and then you can go to the left and you go into a living room, or you can go straight and you go into the kitchen, and then in between those two, there's also an archway to get into the dining room. Then off of the kitchen on the other side, so like one side's the dining room, the other side, there is a bathroom. It's a full bathroom, and then a door that has a little entryway that goes to the backyard, and then a door that goes to a bedroom. And that one I kind of envisioned as the grandparents' bedroom. Maybe they can't do stairs as well as they used to, so they live on the first floor, and it doesn't have a bathroom attached, but it does have the bathroom right outside their door, so that'd be really nice. So that's that. And then if you were to go upstairs, there's a big hallway, and then directly to the right there's an archway into a big playroom for all the kids. Lots of different skill building objects and toys in there. And then there's the bedroom for 2 kids and then a bedroom for 1 kid. I made it so that the 2 kids was like green and had dinosaurs and stuff, and it had 2 beds. You could change it to make it however you want it. And then the other one I kind of envisioned an older teenage daughter who really likes, to do makeup or things like that. So she has kind of like a little vanity that she's made herself with a mirror and a table. And then there's also the parents' bedroom where there's a dog bed in there in case the dog would like to sleep somewhere other than just on the floor somewhere. And then there's also an office in between the 2 kids' bedrooms, and that has a little window seat. It has a chest table, it has a desk, and then the last thing on that floor is a full bathroom. Actually, there's 2 bathrooms. One bathroom for anybody. It's, like the kids could use that bathroom or guests could use that bathroom, and then another bathroom that is off of the parents' bedroom. So the house ends up having 3 bathrooms and 4 rooms that are set up like bedrooms, but if you move stuff around, it really could be a 6-bedroom house. So that's just kind of how it is. And then there is also a basement. So in the basement, when you first go down, there's a door right in front of you, and you go into this really fun craft room with lots of different crafted items and craft table and pegboard and things like that. And then right next to that is a little room that goes in, or a door that goes into the storeroom and the kind of shelter area off the storeroom. And then next to that there's a laundry room, and then finally there's a little closet that has a decoration box for decorating for holidays if you have seasons. So that is the gist of the inside of the house, what's all on the inside of the house. Outside of the house there is a big wraparound porch that has a space for eating as well as like a grill, and then there's also a sitting space with some rocking chairs and outdoor couch. And then there is a couple of different buildings outside. One would be the silo. That is just for looks. You can't really do anything with it. And then there's a little shed, and that one has like a flower arranging station, and there's actually some flower beds outside, so you could plant them if you'd like to do that. And there is a woodworking table and a candle making kit, or a candle making table as well. So that's kind of a little shed. And then on the other side of the yard there is a chicken coop. Not because we actually have chickens in the game, but I used the hen statue from the third day, 3 French hens, and made a little chicken coop with some chickens with their little eggs, and put a rooster as well in their little kind of yard that they have to go and hang out in. So that is on the left side of the house, and right next to them is all of the cow plants. So there's 5 cow plants. I figured, the theme of today was 8 maids a milking, and they need something that they're milking. So I figured they're probably milking cow plants. So that is what ends up being on that side. And the object for today is actually a Mary Milkmaid milk jug. It's a big object. It's in the decoration sections, and so that is used. There's a few of them in the kitchen, and then the rest of them are over by the cow plants. The ones in the kitchen, most of them are over kind of in a corner, and then one of them is sized down and then put on the counter next to the coffee maker. I just like the idea of having your own milk that you got yourself, and you have it next to your coffee maker so you can eat it or drink it with your coffee. So this house, more than all the other ones, took way longer than the other ones just to build. And I think that is because it's really intricate. It has a lot of clutter all over the place. There's just a lot going on. And so I spent so much time on this build, but it was so fun. And I really enjoyed at the end seeing in my game, what this looks like just from the world view. What it looks like, I think, is really fun. So I really enjoyed that. Like I said, I also kind of made this family as I was going along, to see, what might they be doing, what might they look like, and things like that. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see the family made for this house. I could go into create a sim, and I could make kind of what I envision as the family that lives in this house. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see that, and or what ideas you might have for what a family might be like that lived in a house like this. So let me know. And of course I have a little pear section as well. I had to use the pear tree, so I put a few different pears, and I realized as I moved them, they actually dropped the pears that were ready to be harvested on the ground, and I actually kind of liked that, so I ended up just leaving them. So there's this little space of pears and pear trees. And then I'm working on the chicken coop right now, you can see, and it's, I have little baskets on the wall that I raised up the little hen statue to be in them. And then there's a little dog door that, that would be where they could go out into this little yard. And then there's a empty one there's for the rooster who is out in the yard already. So that was the chicken coop. I actually had fun making the chicken coop because I actually have lived in a chicken coop, an old chicken coop, for summer when I worked at a camp. It was an old chicken coop that they had converted into housing for some of the workers at the camp, and so I did live in a chicken coop for a summer. So it brought back fond memories of living in the refurbished chicken coop by making this little chicken coop in the build for today. And one thing that I didn't know was exactly like what the outside might look like, as particularly with not having actual chickens. And so I kind of struggled with what would the terrain look like. Should I put some pebbles and act like it's bird seed, or should I do that? And nothing really felt right, so it ends up mostly just looking like it is with a little bit of brown spots. And I did put some baskets and put eggs in the baskets inside the chicken coop as well, just to kind of add to that effect of, well, this is where we're getting the eggs from on the farm, I guess. And the outside of the house, like I said, I moved to a bigger lot, and so I really had a lot of fun kind of continuing to expand. Initially, I knew that I was going to have this kind of barn house, and I knew I wanted to try the silo thing with platforms, and that was about it. So when I first started building, I was like, oh, well, it'd be kind of cool if there was a shed too, so I started making a shed. And that was when I realized that I needed a bigger space, and so I moved to this lot. And then as I was building was when I realized, oh, it'd be kind of fun to do a chicken coop. And so then I went and built a chicken coop, and I was like, well, what if I had cow plants, because, we need cows. And I think everything just kind of played off of each other really well, and I really enjoyed just kind of following my train of thought and doing what I thought was going to be fun and what might be different or new as I was exploring what this house was going to look like. And so I just really enjoyed having a lot of fun figuring out what was gonna come out of this. And as I was also placing all of the different items from the previous days. So there was day one, the pear tree. I already talked about that. There's a little kind of pear, grown pear trees over in the front corner. And then over on the, for day two, there is the dove statue, wall sculpture statue thing, and that is used as decor in the house. And then day three, the hen statues, those are in the chicken coop as hens. And then day 4 is the 4 calling birds poster print set, and that's used as decor as well. And then day 5 golden rings. I sized the ring up and paired it with a lamp so that it became a lamp in the older daughter's bedroom on her kind of makeup area. So that's where I ended up using the golden ring. Then day 6 was the egg from 6 Geese of Land from the museum, and that also ends up being a decorative thing in the house. And then day 7 is the swan bathtub from Seven Swans of Swimming. That ends up being in the parents' bathroom. So their bathroom has the swan bathtub as their main bathtub. So that is all of the different types of objects that are in the build. And yeah, I'm still pretty surprised that I got them all in there. But definitely worth it, and definitely was cool to get every single thing in there. And I'm really nervous but also excited about the coming days as I try to figure out where things are going to be in the next day's builds. So if you want to download this build or any of my builds, I am on the Sims 4 gallery under Mama Smash RR. And all of my 12 Days of Simsmas builds will be under the hashtag Mama Smash Simsmas on the gallery. So you can just search that hashtag if you want any of the 12 Days of Simsmas builds, or if you just want any builds from my own gallery, or this one you think is cool and want to see some other ones, you can just go to my gallery page and see what's on there. I like to build a lot, so there's quite a few different things, some different starter homes, and obviously the 12 Days of Simsmas builds and things like that. So there's a lot there if you want to peruse it all. And yeah, so then I think that is going to be about it. I really, like I said, enjoyed this build. It took me so much longer than a lot of the other ones, but it was so worth it to just, get to take time and really explore what it was going to look like, and I just really enjoyed the whole thing. So if you enjoyed this video and thought this was a pretty cool build, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see the rest of the 12 days of Simsmas. Got 4 more days coming, so pretty excited to finish out this series and see what else I come up with in the next couple days. And that will be all for today, I think. So hope you're all having a smashing day, and we'll see you next time. Bye!